All right, so we have our own personal deck now. We have the Anking deck. Now, what I want you to do is open the browser, go on this left side right here, and go to the Anking step deck. And what I want you to do is, just click on a random card, Command A to select all. It's going to take a while. Again, this deck has like 40,000 cards. Oh, as you can see, 35,122. Then, what I want you to do is suspend every card. My cards are already suspended. As you can see, they've got this like yellow tint. If they weren't suspended, they would just kind of be the normal black that you see there. Another way you can tell that they're suspended. I have one card there that's not suspended, but no, I don't need to do that. Study or suspend. But how you know everything's suspended? There'd be no new cards, there would be no learning cards, and there would be no like mastered cards that are due. So now I want to show you how to make an Anki card now that we have our deck set up. I'm not gonna make any in my personal deck, but I'll do something in the test deck. So let's go to test 3, and you can add. So when you pull up this little tab right here, just double check, make sure it's the deck that you want it to be in. And once it's there, choose a deck, and I'll run through the note types. I think this note type right here, this is one of the add-ons I had for you. I think this is one of the best note types, and I'll show you why. So you could put your text here, and you could do your closed deletions like Leah started setting up for us. You have your extras right here that allow you to put any extra screenshots for further reference. What I like though is that it has so much more stuff. So if you're using Pathoma, you could put notes for the Pathoma, Boards Beyond, First Aid, Sketchy. I'm pretty sure there's a UWorld thing. Actually, it might just be missed questions. Yeah, right there, missed questions. So if you did a UWorld question or a class question or whatever, take a screenshot, boom, place it in there so you can look over the question again when you, like if there's a question related to the topic that you're doing, or you could make a card specifically for that question when you're reviewing. But what I think is the most powerful part of this note type is this 1 by 1. So why I think it's really nice. Let's say you were making a list and it's actually ordered in the order of things matter. What you would do to make it a 1 by 1, typically, right, you would do your close. I'll do it normally. So what this does is when the card shows up and it'll show up as like it's covered, and flipping it would reveal the answer. So you can use the keyboard shortcut Shift Command D. What Shift Command D does is it always pushes the interval number further. So I'm creating a bunch of sister cards right now. Shift Command C doesn't force the interval forward. So it's just going to be a bunch of 7s. So whenever the 7th sister card shows up, all those, if there was any text in the 7, would be revealed at the same time. I recommend finding the keyboard shortcuts because it makes your workflow more efficient. What's really nice about that thing I gave you to download, these are the close. So this is the one that will push the interval forward. This is the one that will keep it the same. What's nice is if you want to know the shortcut of something, there's an add-on in that pack I gave to you that if you just hover over it, it'll show you the shortcut. So Command Shift C to push it forward. Oh, sorry, Command Shift D. I don't know why it's not showing up appropriately, but it should work with Command Shift D to push forward the interval and Command Shift C to keep it the same. So it might not always work. Sorry guys, I tried. So I'm gonna add this card normally. So study now. So you see this card right here. So if I flip it, all of those appear at the same time. I don't really get a chance to go through the list. So this is really cool. I don't know. So let's go back to this and we'll open that card up and I'll edit the card. So if you want it to be a 1x1 card, you just have to make sure the close interval is the same for all the 1x1, so just a bunch of C1s. And all you have to do is put any character in the 1x1 text box. All this is doing is telling Anki that you want this to be a close 1x1 card. So I've edited that now, and now I have this next one. So what's nice about this is that you can click one by one, and you don't have to reveal it all at the same time. So if you want to give yourself a little bit more time to rattle off the things, I think this is a really great card for things that are in a list, and it's numerical, and the order is important. The next thing I want to show you is the image occlusion. I think that's another really powerful card type. I think it's really great for stuff like anatomy. So you could do it from here. I'll show you the long way to do it. You would go to the note type, you would go to image occlusion, you would choose it, and then from here you would either paste so if you took a screenshot, you could paste the image from a clipboard. What I'll do over here is I'll take a screenshot of the little graph that I showed you guys earlier. Right here, and I'll paste it from the clipboard. So that's that graph I showed you guys. And what's nice is if you have like an anatomy slide or something from like a photo or whatever, something you need to hide, you can draw these boxes, and what will happen is you can pick an option to hide all the boxes, and you would reveal one, or something like that. And I think this is a really powerful note type for that. So you have that, and you would just add, and we'll go through and do the cards right now. So I'll get that out of the way. But again, so you do your image occlusion, and if there was like an anatomy thing there, you would go through. The sister cards got pushed to the future because we had those settings, but there's a much more efficient way to do a image occlusion card. So you're back in this best note type. I think it's the best one. What you can do is this little button right here. So it's Command Shift O. Let's hope this one works. Yes, it actually does work. It'll just pull up the clipboard, pull it out the clipboard right now for you, which is really nice. And you can do the same thing. I like this screen better because it gives you a couple more things to do. So let's say you want to pair two of those image occlusions. You can group those elements together, and now these are basically one card. So let's say you're doing something in anatomy and you don't want to give yourself clues on the structure, you can group things together. That way you could just rattle it all off. You can ungroup it like that, and then there's a bunch of, so you could either hide all the cards, highlight in red the one you need to guess, or you can hide one and guess that one. I always think this is the best one to do because, again, you don't want to give yourself hints. You just want to be able to rattle off the structure. So I'll go through how to do that again. So you take a screenshot, Command Shift O, or you press that little button. It took it out the clipboard, but if you have a folder that you keep photos in, you could also grab photos from here. So instead of switching the card type, I think you should do the shortcut, or just press that little button right there, and you'll be able to keep this up. You press add, and you just keep moving forward. There are some other note types that are a little bit more advanced, like the image occlusion 1x1. That's pretty cool. You don't necessarily need it, but since we're just doing a little 101 course, I think that's enough for now. I think I'm going to cut the video here as well. I don't want to overload you with the information video of the video. I'll catch you in the next one.